I call this one the truth about divorce. Let me explain some of the simple truths about divorce. Ancillary relief, that's all the money, and contacts, access to children. Firstly, the actual divorce process is a real simple box-ticking exercise that can be accomplished quickly, easily, and cheaply. The real difficulty arises over money and often children. Let me start with the money side. Firstly, a few stark truths. Often, and I can only tell you that from my experience of over 30 years, that a lot of what is said by the husband and the wife in the early stages about what they will do and what they won't do with the money can be disregarded, because it's far too early for them to really understand the position, to have understood themselves in the situation, and to have really understood anything sufficiently to be able to say things upon which you can rely and base your decisions. The legal profession generally tends to ignore the vast majority of what is said at this initial stage. The truth, the real nugget from all of this, is what's called the Form E, which is the form that you complete explaining absolutely everything about your finances. Your Form Es are exchanged, and then real progress can be made. Get that done as fast as you possibly can, even in draft form. A lot of couples waste a good deal of time trying to discuss and negotiate without the Form Es. My advice to you is that it's a waste of time. I found the most effective way of dealing with it on an amicable, proper, fair basis is for each side to know the full and complete financial situation as quickly as possible, so they can either consider it or talk to their solicitors to try and find out what the court is likely to impose upon the couple as far as money is concerned if the couple cannot agree. Now, the Form E is an extraordinary form drafted by the Lord Chancellor's office many years ago, and if there is any element of your finances that's not included, then I can assure you, you have missed something in that form. So, my first bit of advice to you is that you get hold of a Form E. It's on the internet, you can easily download it and fill it out in draft. But you fill it out completely, or as best you can, and then discuss it with a solicitor. I would certainly be very happy to talk to you about it. And then, when advice is given about what the court is likely to impose if you cannot agree, both husband and wife will know with a very high degree of probability what will happen if they are not able to sort it out between the two of them. They will know what the judge will force them to accept, whether they like it or not, because, after all, that's what judges do. The point of filling out the Form E and getting advice is that you can then work out what you want to offer, or what you want to accept on the finances, bearing in mind what will happen if you don't reach agreement. Without that element, as I'm sure you can see, essentially everything that you say and do is something of a waste of time. It's not based on fact. Once you know what the court will impose, you can negotiate from that standpoint. Once each side knows the position, you can then work out a rough plan and then increasingly fine-tune it until you have an agreement. What I can tell you is that over the years, it has always proved to be an exceptionally good way of dealing with the family finances. I've seen many people dealing with it in other ways, and I've never found a way that is as successful as what I've set out. So, that's what I advise you to do. Certainly there's no downside whatever to you getting hold of a Form E, filling it out, bringing it in to me or any other specialist family solicitor to find out what a court is likely to impose. Then you'll know what you're dealing with. What you will find is that for the husband, the father of the children, it's likely that there will be a very high financial burden. And for the wife and the mother, the court will ensure that there is all the money that is necessary for fair and reasonable provision for the wife and the children. I do hope that this has been of some help to you. If I can assist any further, please just give me a call. Martin Cray, 01273 673 226.